Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Burrito Extra Beef. My name's Darien.
My name's Landon.
And today we have a MCU movie review for you. We're going to review Thor, Love and Thunder. The last MCU movie we did was Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And we started with Black Widow. But we didn't review Black Widow on Extra Beef. We did that on the normal episode.
Yeah. What was our first extra? Was it Spider?
It was Zack Snyder's Justice League is our first Extra Beef.
So nice.
But yeah, we're going to talk about Thor, Love and Thunder. Just came out on July 8th. We both saw it the same day, which is the 8th. And yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get into it. Now, we did have a non-spoiler review on the normal episode of the podcast, which is out at this moment. You guys are listening to this. So if you haven't seen the movie, go listen to that and then go watch the movie and then come back here and you watch this, okay?
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
Please do that.
All right. And we're gonna
make more sense.
Yeah. Now we can get into the spoiler stuff.
Wait, hold on. Before we start, Darien just sent me the Justice League for DC Super Pets. Good Lord. Those are terrible times.
No, they suck.
The only one that actually looks decent is possibly Cyborg. I don't know. I'm kind of into Cyborgs a bit.
The afro.
But his body, like his physique is, I guess it's like bottom. I guess most of it's Cyborgs. They ain't really supposed to be, I don't know what you call it, predominant. Is that the word?
Yeah. Wonder Woman's the one that looks like at least kind of normal.
Yeah, I hate Batman's symbol. I think Batman actually looks like a character in that whole movie.
Batman is voiced by Keanu Reeves in that, so.
Well, it's like his neck up. So weird.
But we're not talking about super pets. Okay, we're talking about.
We will one day when we review it.
Oh, geez. All right, Thor: Love and Thunder. As the people know, you were not looking forward to this. Now, we gave our expectations and the non-spoiler reviews. You can listen to that to know what our expectations were going into this. We assume you already know based off our talks on previous episodes. Mm-hmm. Let's get into the spoiler stuff. I want to talk about all the big story beats. All right. So we talked about Jane had cancer. You said that in the non-spoiler review.
Yes.
And that's prevalent throughout the whole movie. And it's the same premise as in the comics. When she wields the hammer, the cancer symptoms stop.
Yeah. Well, they come back even more strong.
Yeah. And
due to her using Mjolnir as as uses all of her moral power.
Mm-hmm. Which she does not survive the end of this movie.
Yes.
Which I had gotten right. That was my. I had talked about. I bet she would die at the end of the movie, and I was right. And I love it when I'm right about stuff. And
yes, they do.
Let's see. I'm gonna split this up into sections. We're gonna talk about certain things. Let's talk about gore first. A highlight of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the very first scene, we're introduced to Gore and his daughter, and he's sitting there they're like in this barren wasteland, and they're calling on the gods. They're like, he's calling on him. He's like, please save us, save my daughter, and they're not listening. And his daughter dies, and then he goes and finds one of the gods, and he asks them. He's happy to see him. And he's like, oh, thank you. We've never lost faith. And then he goes, he was like, I never cared about any of you, is what the god said. And I was like, that'd be the suckiest.
See, Jesus, I don't care about it.
Yeah, and then Gore kills him with the Necro sword.
Yes,
which is cool. You know, the Necro sword obviously is the weapon of Null, the King symbiote.
Yes, I did.
But in this, it is not, because they don't have the rights to that. So it's just a sword that can kill all gods. It is just the Necro sword. It is not all black, the Necro sword. But so I'm scrolling through this list right here just to see. Yeah, I really did think that Gore was really creepy in most of the scenes that he was in.
Yeah, definitely. Like Christian Bale was the highlight, and there's the reason why he did everything perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Does it change your opinion on The Dark Knight?
Yeah, still does it. Because he was the worst part of that entire trilogy.
But yeah, he was. He did really well. I really think his the design of him. Even though a lot of people didn't like it because they're like, "Oh, it doesn't look like the comics," and some people say he looks like Voldemort. But if they made him look like he did in the comics, he would have looked even more like Voldemort. So,
you think so?
Yeah, because he has no nose in the comics, and
he doesn't have a nose, does he? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he doesn't. Well, I wish they gave him like the cloak. I mean, they did give him the cloak, but like, I wish they gave him like the two long fangs or whatever.
Yeah,
his ears. I don't know.
Exactly tendrils or something. Yeah, but I enjoyed Gore very much. There was the scene where the kids were trapped or kidnapped in that cage, and they're sitting there telling a story, and then Gore shows up behind them, sitting there, and they all scream, and then he pulls out that snake, and he was like, I don't remember the snake's name, but he was like, he loves having his head ripped off. Watch, and rips the head off. Yeah, and he was like, oh well, he did love it.
He did love
Jesus.
Yeah, they're talking about him like Thor.
Oh, the axe.
Yeah, Thor taking off Thanos' head.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you like that?" It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he did a really good job. I was sitting there watching it, and I'm like, every time I saw him, I thought of you, and I was like, he's going to say something about, but you didn't. So thank you.
He's going to say he was good. What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say that he was like terrible. We still didn't like him, even though I loved him.
No, he was probably the best part.
At least there's one good thing about your review of this movie.
It was. If you're a real fan of Marvel, you know this movie was trash.
It wasn't trash. It wasn't trash.
It was trash.
You know, trash is Eternals and Thor: The Dark World. That is trash. This is mediocre.
I'd say it's...
But I loved it, so it's mediocre to you.
What level I would have it on. Because it's above Black Widow, Eternals.
You have too high expectations for movies.
I have high. You have too high expectations.
No, I don't. I've loved most of the movies that I've watched since Eternals.
The minimum thing, and you'll still say it's a masterpiece.
No, yeah, I like Black Widow.
You do?
I still like Black Widow. Yes.
I don't like that movie,
especially after watching Stranger Things, and now David Harbour is like even better.
Oh, I hate Stranger Things.
Hey, I hated it too, and then I started watching it. Now I'm on season 4 in the middle of it.
I've been watching Breaking Bad.
Oh well, I hate Breaking Bad. I'm just kidding. I've never watched it, but I talked about not all black Necro Sword, the Necro Sword. Let's see here. Do want to point out fun fact in the movie? Korg is talking about a bunch of Thor's ex-girlfriends, and they mention a wolf woman. She's played by Chris Hemsworth's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which also his daughter plays.
Love.
Well, sure. I was going to try to figure out her normal name, but yeah. Gore's daughter is who she was originally. Brought back by Eternity, which is cool because we got Eternity in this movie, which I actually wasn't really expecting that part of the story. Because Eternity is the god in the center of the universe, I think. Yeah. And I thought that was pretty cool. They got the look right for Eternity, like just a silhouette of a person, like in the middle of a void. Yeah, she's known as Love, which is also a character in the comics. Love is one of the, because there's like love, order, chaos, and also stuff. There's like the embodiments of those.
I loved it because my girlfriend turned to me. He's like, yeah. So they titled themselves Love and Thunder. She turns to me. She's like, that's why it's called that.
Well, but this movie did have a lot to do with like love, right? Like it's like a father's love for his daughter, and Thor and Jane's love, and it had a lot to do with a lot of those beats, story beats. I would. Now I know you're not gonna like this. I thought it was interesting. I didn't really get too excited about it, but Darcy made a cameo at the beginning.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because you don't like stuff. But Darcy made a cameo at the beginning.
Dude, I like. Okay, Kat Dennings, very beautiful. I just want to point that out.
Oh, jeez, your girlfriend's about to slap you.
Yeah, like she's right behind. Oh God, I probably will die tonight. But I actually kind of grew to like Darcy. I hate her in Thor movies, but I didn't mind her as much in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoyed her more. Or she ain't in the movie that much.
No, she's only in it for one scene.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I would have. And Eric Selvig was in it in a video call.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, just a short thing. Obviously, they got to tie them back in because they're still working together, I think. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna kind of skip around a little bit. I thought it was like. It kind of made me chuckle whenever it showed Valkyrie for the first time and she was like doing an Old Spice commercial.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, the best joke in the whole movie was Melissa McCarthy.
That's Hella.
Playing Hella.
That was funny. I brought Matt Damon to come back. Matt Damon came back as Loki and Luke Hemsworth as Thor in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. My favorite joke in the movie, and you said that you didn't like it, but I thought it was funny, was like every time Thor would like look at a new weapon and he'd be like, oh, this is nice. Or like talking to Mjolnir, Stormbreaker would get jealous. And I just found that like really so absurd that it was funny.
It was like after like the second time, after like the third time.
Well, like the first one was he's looking at Mjolnir and he's like kind of jealous, and then the Stormbreaker just like moves up.
He's trying to wield it back.
Yeah. And Stormbreaker just like moves up in front of him, and he's like, "Oh, hey!"
Yeah.
No, but my favorite one was when he was on the boat. I talked about it in the non-spoiler review, and he's like, he picks up Mjolnir to make sure he's still worthy, and then he gives it back to Jane, and then Jane walks off, and the Stormbreaker just like slowly moves into frame, and that made me laugh. But I think one of my favorite parts of this movie was the fight. Like, well, the fighting was great. I thought the fighting was really good.
Yeah, I think I didn't think it was even that really. I think I was literally about to say I don't think there was even that much. No, it was a good amount. My favorite in the Shadow Realm. That was
really good.
That was my.
The fight in Omnipotent City was good. I liked all like the gold blood or whatever, the spraying everywhere from those guys.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe was Zeus. Let's talk about
that. Dude, people were freaking, of course, Snyder fans were.
They're comparing him to the Zeus and that.
Yeah, I'm all like, those are two complete. I'd say
this is Marvel Zeus.
That Zeus is more accurate.
Yeah, but this is like. This is supposed to be like funny Zeus. And did you know Russell Crowe was originally supposed to play Satan in this movie?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
But then I would have made a Mephisto joke. So that's why I did. But he was funny. We got to see Thor's butt.
Yeah. Every female or if I think we're all like, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I did want to point out, I sent it to you, I think. His tattoos, there's a few things on there.
Yeah, I saw the Loki one. I like that.
Yeah. There was a scroll, like a picture of a scroll, and had names on it.
I know it had Natasha.
It said mother, father, brother, Tony, Natasha. And then Heimdall. Heimdall was one of them too.
Yeah, Heimdall.
So he had the list of all the people that he's lost. Now he's got to put Jane on there.
Probably, has to do the whole.
He's got to be. Wow.
I think it was like of names. So is he going to like get a piece of it like removed?
Mm-hmm.
God.
I said this when I watched the movie. After Jane died, I was like, they just won't give Thor a break.
Yeah, they really kind of.
Like, this guy's lost so much. Wanda has nothing compared to Thor.
Yeah, but Thor can still keep a good grin.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was saying. Like I was a little. Oh, I like Thor. I mean, I like more goofy Thor.
Yeah, it's more accurate to the classic comics than because they were all like cosmic and crazy and all this weird stuff happened, and those first two Thor movies took it a little too serious.
Well, I mean, I'd say it was with the comics at the time because they probably made them more serious then.
Yeah, but I do think it'd be good if there was a balance, not too wacky and funny, but like I think there's a good enough balance right now where he does have his serious moments, but he also has his like,
hey, I can destroy you.
Yeah,
because that's my issue. Because I think they ought to make Thor like an older brother type of figure or something, where he's like, it's like this is a guy you can totally hang out with, but if you like piss him off, you know, he's all like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We kind of in this movie with scene with Korg, him like Zeus.
I had said this in the non-spoiler review, and I try not to spoil it, but I had like an audible gasp when that happened. Whenever he threw the lightning bolt through Korg, and he started like falling apart, and he said Thor, and Thor was like, Korg. I was like, they are not killing Korg right now.
This movie constantly hints at like, because I thought they were going to go crazy with like they're going to kill Thor, they're going to kill Korg, they're going to kill. I think if they really went ballsy, they would have killed everyone in the party.
That would have been that would have been crazy. I said this in a non-spoiler review. I'm going to say it again. This movie is too short. I think it should have been longer, and then it would have been better because the story would have been better and stuff would have made more sense.
Yeah.
I think Gore was not in the movie enough himself. Like his shadow monsters, they were fought a lot, but I think he should have showed up more. I would have loved to actually see him killing some gods besides like that one.
Yeah, we see him kill like one, and you see the other ones like off screen.
Yeah, and they're all like dead. Like I would have loved to see some actual god butchering.
Well, I would have loved some benefit of the doubt stuff. Like let's say like they find out, oh, we know who Gore's going after next, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go there ahead of time, and we're going to stop him, and give the audience like the benefit of the doubt, like, oh, they could possibly do this.
Yeah,
but then Gore just wrecks them or something. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been cool. They didn't.
Yeah. Let's see. The shot I really liked, and it's the same in Ragnarok as well. Taika Waititi's like cinematography.
Yeah, some shots are really nice. Like obviously that one comic accurate shot is fantastic.
That's nice. People are hating on the one shot where Thor takes the lightning bolt to go off to get the kids.
Oh,
and
that looked weird. I mean,
but like, there's also that one shot in No Way Home of Flash standing on the street. That was also kind of weird. So I mean,
yeah, like I don't know. One thing I didn't like. I don't know. I do remember that. Everybody mentioned that. The shot I'm seeing a lot currently is when he's talking to Axel.
Oh yeah,
I see that shot a lot, which has a pretty weird.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I don't.
One thing, okay, I say this though. One thing that surprised me, in a scene in the movie, when they were fighting, it was I think it was the Shadow Moon fight or the Shadow Planet fight or whatever. When they were calling the Bifrost, they were leaving, and Gore grabs the axe, and Thor's trying to fight off of him, but he like loses it. That surprised me. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's how he loses the axe for most of the movie, and he has to use the lightning bolt.
I have a question though, because I was a bit confused. I couldn't tell. Is Korg gay, or is that just how?
No, that's how his species.
Okay.
Does yeah,
I was like, is he gay? I couldn't tell.
No, but that is kind of a retcon. They made it to where his whole species are just all males. But in Thor Ragnarok, he mentions that he tried to start a revolution, didn't print enough pamphlets. The only person that showed up was his mom's boyfriend, which he hates. And here's that mom.
It just is his mom a lot in the movie.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's kind of a retcon. But it's not really an important retcon. Did you see the guy that he's with? Which I guess that means now the Korg's going to have a kid.
Doug,
but his name was Dwayne.
Is it Dwayne? I thought it was Doug.
No, it was Dwayne, and it's Dwayne Johnson.
Is it really?
Dwayne the Rock. I mean, I call a rock guy Dwayne, and he's got the goatee.
Oh, he had the goatee? I didn't see. I thought he just had a mustache.
He had the whole thing going around. So that is Dwayne Johnson canon.
I swear, you think
rock monster.
He says what do they do to create a baby? They
just hold hands over a thing of lava and sing a song. I don't remember. And then like sometime later, there's a beautiful rock baby is born.
I literally laughed like crazy when they were talking about they're talking about the different gods, and I swear, and we were talking about this after we recorded, the god of carpentry,
Jesus. It was Jesus.
Oh my god!
There was a lot of things I had seen. I saw the Great Protector from Shang-Chi was there at the Omnipotent City. There's a lot of cool looking. There was that weird like head on that one, and then head on feet. There's like a furry guy, but there was just like a head with two like feet below it.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
He looked weird. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I kind of wish we saw more of them.
Yeah, like I said, that'd have been like a thing if the movie was longer. We could have got a little bit more of that. What else? I really want to get to the after credit scenes, but I'm trying to wait. What do you think of the part where a lot of people are liking this? They thought it was kind of cool thing where Thor gives the hold on, before I get to that, this just reminded me of this. People are also mad that they're like, well, how is Jane all of a sudden worthy of Mjolnir?
They literally explain that.
Yeah, people are mad about that on Twitter, and that's what I'm sitting here like. Well, they talk about it. Thor's like,
protect her at all costs.
Yeah.
And here's my thing. I don't know how it is in the comics. I understand if people were mad if it was like a different way. Ow! Sorry, a freaking bug got me. Not me. By bug, I mean my girlfriend.
I know. I was getting ready to say.
He was messing with me. She just stopped. Anyways. Where was I? I understand if it was different from like the comics or whatever. I understand people get mad at that.
Yeah.
But they literally explain it in the movie. I mean, if they're just upset because it's not like, how's she worthy? I'm like, it literally says it in the movie.
Yeah. And
I'm stupid. It took me a minute to figure it out. But I'm like, oh yeah, he said protect her at all costs. That's exactly what.
Yeah. And I did we talked about it in the thing, the way she uses Mjolnir is really cool.
Oh yeah. It's pretty cool.
Which Mjolnir doesn't exist anymore, right? It got destroyed completely, right? I think.
Wait a minute. Oh,
well, she took the sword. She broke the sword and she brought it into the hammer and then slammed it on the ground and destroyed it.
Love's holding it though. Remember?
Who? Love. Oh, well, you're right. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about that. And she drew on it and did stuff. So and it's still cracked too. So I guess it can still do that whole thing.
Well, it's forged by a star.
Let's see. Let me think. I thought that those they made my theater laugh. Those blue aliens that give Thor and them the goats. The way they walk into screen is so weird. Oh yeah, dude. Okay. Kind of funny. I will give you that. I just those goats and literally that woman next to me and Abby just cackling like crazy. That was the funniest thing. Well, I thought it made me laugh whenever one scene with the goats made me laugh. It was it wasn't when they first showed up. It was okay. I guess there was only one scene with the goats that really made me laugh, which was the one where they crash into the moon, and they hit head on, and you just hear them go ah. I thought they died when that happened. Yeah, I wish they did. I'm really not. I'm trying to think about what the ending. Okay, I'm going back to what I was originally talking about. He goes to the whatever the center of the universe, all the statues or whatever, and the Watcher was one of them, which I still thought was cool. But he gives all those kids temporary powers to help him fight.
Yeah, he gives the Thor.
And the kid with the like stuffed animal.
Oh yeah.
They need their own spinoff. Come on. I don't know who it was, but there you go. He says I don't know, is he talking into the lightning bolt when it happened?
Yeah, something like.
I don't remember if it was lightning bolt or the hammer, but the hammer was with Jane, so it wasn't that.
No, because he didn't have. I guess it was the lightning. Yeah,
and he was saying he was doing the whole thing like if they be worthy, you will possess temporarily the power of Thor, and then he
make sure they don't get it forever. Though.
Yeah, because he's jealous. But they do that, and like I said, Gore gets his daughter back at the end, and then Jane dies and goes to Valhalla. Which when she turned to the yellow dust, I was like, "Why's that happening?" But I was like, "Oh, I guess she's a god now, technically."
I guess she's a god now.
But she goes to Valhalla, and Gore dies. They never really explained why he's dying, did they? I think it was the sword. The sword was doing something too. I don't know.
The sword was killing him. Because he explains to Jane, he's all like, the sword's killing me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, like we're the same or whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. But he dies, and so he asks Thor to promise to protect my daughter. And he does. And daughter is played by India Rose Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth's daughter. And the ending is them going out and I guess fighting somebody. I don't know. I didn't really know. I thought she was going to school.
Yeah,
the way you explained it, and then they just went out
I guess that's like the joke. I guess that's supposed to be a joke.
He's teaching her. I guess.
Yeah, he's all like, help pick. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
But she like draws all over like a face on Mjolnir, and she said it looked ugly the other way, and like puts like some kind of like rainbow ribbons on it.
Very cool.
And I'm like, I hope it doesn't stay like that, but I think it was just for a joke.
Yeah, it's just like
yeah. But she like shoots lasers at Thor, and I was like, Jesus.
Another pan ruined. That's what it says.
Thor in the apron. Now we got Dad Thor.
Dad Thor.
I like the whole like little workout montage. It was really quick, but it was there. He went from dad bod to god bod.
I know. I was really hoping we would get like something really cool.
I want like an 80s like music like workout montage. It's like Hit Rocket making him work out.
Oh yeah. I like him pulling really cool.
Yeah. There was that classic shot. It was ripped right out of another movie, but I can't remember the actor's name, where he like stopped those two like vehicles or whatever with his legs. It was straight out of another movie, but from the 80s, but I can't remember what it's called.
You think that's what it was supposed to be?
Yeah, it was. It was like shot for shot, same thing. Gosh, I can't remember. I knew this, but I can't remember it now.
I was trying to think of what movie it was. No,
I don't know. Let's see here. So at the end, like I said, she dies, and they Thor's got his daughter, and they go out, and they're now known as Love and Thunder, which was a play for the title there. But she is, I guess, she will be called Love, and won't be her hero name because that is a hero in the comics. But then after credit scenes, the first one got me hyped because it's my favorite Thor character. But it's Zeus. He's still alive, which I thought he died.
I don't think he fall off.
Yeah, but I guess it's probably not that. It might be harder to kill Zeus than that.
Yeah, I guess.
But he is talking. He's upset, and he's like, these humans. He's like, they don't. What did he say? He's like, they don't fear us anymore. They always look up to the sky for their so-called superheroes. And then he says we need to make them fear us after the fall, after their beloved Thor falls from the sky. And then he says, isn't that right, Hercules? And because Hercules is his son in Greek mythology. And he looks up, and it is Hercules, the Marvel Hercules, played by Brett Goldstein, who plays in the show Ted Lasso, which is a very popular show, I've heard. Mm-hmm. Playing Thor, and he says, yes, father. And he laughs. I love Hercules. Hercules has fought Hulk before and took him down. And
Yes.
he is he's taking down Thor a lot.
Yeah.
So, and he's got I saw he was holding his classic mace weapon that he had in the comics. So it's cool. I was really happy because I've been wanting Hercules for a while. My original theory I talked about on the podcast was that I wanted Hercules and Thor to be doing like an arm wrestling match as the post-credit scene. Just thought it'd be fun.
Yeah. My issue is, well, I don't have an issue. I worded that wrong.
No.
I don't know why, but I was really hoping. I don't know why. I kept thinking it was going to be Beta Ray Bill.
Well, yeah, you were talking about that, but I don't think they'll do. I think they're gonna. They did say that there will be more Thors in the future. And I mean, Beta Ray Bill's a thing for like Secret Wars, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I explained to my girlfriend what Beta Ray Bill was. I was like, he's Thor, but a horse, kind of.
Yes.
Like, what? He's like, stands up like a horse? I'm like, no, he stands up like a human, but he's a horse. Like, what? Like,
just look at this picture.
Like, they have hooves? I'm like, I guess I could have done. I should, that would have not wasted 10 minutes of my life.
Exactly.
It never occurred to me.
Yeah, we got Hercules for that first one, which I'm excited for. I guess the gods are going to wage war on Earth, maybe. That'll be probably something for the next Thor movie. And then the final post-credit scene is Jane showing up in Valhalla, and she walks in, she looks around, and then she's greeted by Heimdall, played by Idris Elba, which I loved. I was so happy about that. I did expect Odin to show up, but he didn't. But they talk. He
plays Odin.
Do what?
He plays Odin. I can't remember his name. Actor.
Oh man, it's what's his name? Well, I should know this. He's a very good actor. What's his name?
He's very expensive, so I mean
that's true.
They want to get rid of him bad.
I should know this. I feel bad. Anthony Hopkins. Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins, yes.
But yeah, they're in Valhalla, and she's greeted by Heimdall, and Heimdall's like, "Well, come visit us. Come join us. You get to meet a lot of people and all stuff." It was like kind of a nice ending to the story there. But I do think they'll be back. I think they introduce Valhalla, and then we'll get to see more of Valhalla in the future.
Because I feel like you cannot just have Jane show up and then kill her off. I mean, I guess I don't know. Thor needs to. Because I heard some people, they said they were worried. Because I already knew she went to Valhalla due to just seeing the golden sparkles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering if that was just like a confirmation type of thing. Like, see, she went to Valhalla in case she just weren't aware.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like both the after credit scenes. I like those.
Yeah.
And those might have been my favorite parts of the movie besides gore. It's because Hercules just makes me so hot.
All the gore top notch.
Yeah. But I mean, that's all I can really think about. I think I'd like to get into ratings so we can end this off.
Yes.
All right. So Thor Love and Thunder ratings. I am going to rate Thor Love and Thunder a 7.5.
Ugh. I'm not giving it 8.5.
Not an 8.5.
I'm gonna. I want to say 5, but I don't feel like it's that low. I'm gonna say 6 or 5. 6 or 5.5.
All right, so
5. I don't
know what the middle ground of that would be.
5. That's the last one. 5. Just average.
Well, 6 is the middle ground for that. So
no, that's above that. If 5's average.
Well, mine's still a 7.5. I love that movie, and I guess we'll go ahead and get ready to end this off. All right.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
So thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of Extra Beef reviewing Thor Love and Thunder. Next Extra Beef episode will probably be so I don't know, something. We'll figure it out. I was gonna say Black Panther, but that's in November, so we'll obviously have something before that.
He's doing things.
No, next Marvel movie review will be Black Panther.
I want to do a game review together at some point. But
we do need to do that, the Spider-Man games. We need to hurry up and get out of here because we're running out of time in this meeting.
Yes.
But thank you all for joining us this week, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
See ya.